I am slow as the world. I am very patient, turning through my time the suns and stars, regarding me with attention. The moon's concern is more personal. She passes and repasses, luminous as a nurse. Is she sorry for what will happen? I do not think so. She is simply astonished at fertility. When I walk out, I am a great event. I do not have to think or even rehearse. What happens in me will happen without attention. The pheasant stands on the hill. He is arranging his brown feathers. I cannot help but smile what it is I know. Leaves and petals attend me. I am ready.
When I first saw it, the small red seat, I did not believe it. I watched the men walk about me in the office. They were so flat. There was something about them like cardboard, and now I had caught it. That flatness from which ideas, destructions, bulldozers, guillotines, white chambers of streaks proceed, endlessly proceed. And the cold angels, the abstractions. I sat at my desk, in my stockings, my high heels. And the man I worked for laughed. Have you seen something awful? You're so white suddenly. And I said nothing. I saw death in bare trees, a deprivation. I could not believe it. It is so difficult for the spirit to conceive a face, a mouth. The letters proceed from these black keys, and these black keys proceed from my alphabetical fingers, ordering parts, bits, cogs, the shining multiples. I am dying as I sit. I lose a dimension. Trains roar in my ears, departures. The silver track of time empties into the distance. The white sky empties of its promises, like a cup. These are my feet. These mechanical echoes. Tap, 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 steel pegs. I am found wanting. This disease I carry home. This is death. Again, this is death. Is it the air, the particles of destruction I suck up? Am I a pulse that wanes and wanes, facing the cold angel? Is this my lover then? This death. As a child, I loved Lincoln Bitten name. Is this the one sin then? This old, dead love of death?
I remember the minute when I knew for sure. The willows were chilling. The face in the pool was beautiful, but not mine. It had a consequential look, like everything else, and all I could see was dangers, doves and words, stars and showers of gold, conceptions. I remember a white cold wing, and the great swan with its terrible look, coming at me like a castle from the top of the river. There is a snake in swans. He glided by. His eye had a black meaning. I saw the world in it, small, mean, and black. Every little word hooked to every little word, and act to act, a hot blue day had budded into something. I wasn't ready. The white clouds rearing aside, dragging me in 4 directions. I wasn't ready. I had no reverence. I thought I could deny a consequence. It was too late for that. It was too late, and the face went on shaping itself with love, as if I was ready.
It is a world of snow now. I'm not home. How white these sheets are. Their faces have no features. They are bald and impossible, like the faces of my children. Those little sick ones that elude my arms. Other children do not touch me. They are terrible. They have too many colors, too much life. They are not quiet like the emptiness I carry. I've had my chances. I've tried and I've tried. I've stitched my life into a rare organ and walked carefully, precariously, like something rare. I've tried not to think too hard. I've tried to be natural. I've tried to be blind in love like other women, blind in bed with my dear, blind, sweet one, not looking through the thick dark for another face. I did not look, but still the face was there. The face of the unborn one that loved its perfections, the face of the dead one that could only be so perfect, in its easy peace could only keep wholly so. And then there was other faces, the faces of nations, governments, parliaments, societies, the faceless faces of important men. It is these faces I mind. They are so jealous of anything that is not flat. They are jealous gods. that would have the whole world be flat because they are. I see the Father conversing with the Son. Such flatness cannot be holy. Let us make heaven, they say. Let us flatten and launder the grossness from these souls.
I am calm. I am calm. It is a calm before something awful. The yellow minute before the wind walks. When the leaves turn up their hands, their pallors. It is so quiet here. The sheets, the faces, are white and stopped, like clocks. Voices stand back and flatten. Their visible hieroglyphs flatten to parchment screens to keep the wind off. They paint such secrets in Arabic Chinese. I am dumb and browned. I am a seed about to break, the brownness in my dead self. And it is sullen. It does not wish to be more or different. Dusk hoods me in blue now, like a Mary, O color of distance and forgetfulness. When will it be, the second when time breaks? And eternity engulfs it, and I drown utterly. I talk to myself alone, set apart, swabbed and lured with disinfectants, sacrificial. Waiting lies heavy on my lids. It lies like sleep, like a big sea, far off, far off. I feel the first wave tug, its cargo of agony towards me, inescapable tidal. And I, a shell echoing on this white beach, face the voices that overwhelm the terrible elements.
I'm a mountain now, among mountainy women. The doctors move among us as if our bigness frighten the mind. They smile like fools. They are to blame for what I am, and they know it. They hug their flatness like a kind of health, and what if they found themselves surprised as I did? They would go mad with it. And what if 2 lives leaked between my thighs? I've seen the white clean chamber with its instruments. It is a place of shrieks. It is not happy. This is where you will come when you are ready. The nightlights are flat red moons. They are dull with blood. I am not ready for anything to happen. I should have murdered this. That murders me.
There is no miracle more cruel than this. I am dragged by the horses, the iron hooves. I lasted out. I accomplished a work. Dark tunnel, through which hurtle the visitations, the manifestations, the startled faces. I am the center of atrocity. What pains, what sorrows must I be mothering? Can such innocence kill and kill? It milks my life. The trees wither into the street. The rain is corrosive. I taste it on my tongue, and the workable horrors, the horrors that stand and idle, the slighted godmothers, with their hearts that tick and tick, with their satchels of instruments. I shall be a wall and a roof protecting. I shall be a sky and a hill of good. Oh, let me be. A power is growing on me, an old tendency. I am breaking apart like the world. There's this blackness, this rain of blackness. I feel my hands on a mountain. The air is thick. It is thick with this working. I am used. I am drummed into use. My eyes are squeezed by this blackness. I see nothing.
I am accused. I dream of massacres. I am the garden of black and red agonies. I drink them, hating myself, hating and fearing. And now the world conceives its end and runs toward it, arms held out in love. It is a love of death that sickens everything. A dead sun stains the newsprint. It is red. I lose life after life. The dark earth drinks them. She is a vampire of us all. She supports us, fattens us, is kind. Her mouth is red. I know her. I know her intimately. Old winter face, old barren one, old time bond. Men have used her meanly. She will eat them. Eat them, eat them, eat them in the end. The sun is down. I die. I make a death.
Who is he, this blue, furious boy, shiny and strange, as if he had hurtled from a star? He is looking so angrily. He flew into the room, a shriek at his heel. The blue color pales. He is a human after all. A red lotus opens in its bowl of blood. They are stitching me up with silk as if I am a material. What did my fingers do before I held him? What did my heart do with its love? I have never seen a thing so clear. His lids are like lilac flower, and soft as a moth his breath. I shall not let go. There is a guile or wrap in him. May he keep so.
There is a moon in the high window. It is over. How winter fills my soul. And that chalk light laying its scales on the windows of empty offices, empty schoolrooms, empty churches. Oh, so much emptiness. There is a cessation, this terrible cessation of everything. These bodies mounded around me, these polar sleepers, what blue, moony ray ices their dreams. I feel it enter me, cold, alien, like an instrument. And that mad, hard face at the end of it, that mouth open in its gape of perpetual grieving. It is she that drags the blood-black sea around, month after month, with its voices of failure. I am helpless as the sea at the end of her string. I am restless and useless. I, too, create corpses. I shall move north. I shall move into a long blackness. I see myself as a shadow, neither man nor woman, neither a woman happy to be like a man, nor a man blunt and flat enough to feel no lack. I feel a lack. I hold my fingers, 10 white pickets, see the darkness is leaking from the cracks. I cannot contain it. I cannot contain my life. I shall be a heroine of the peripheral. I shall not be accused by isolate buttons, holes in my heels, holes in the heels of socks, the white mute faces of unanswered letters coffined in a letter case. I shall not be accused. I shall not be accused. The clock shall not find me waiting, nor these stars, the rivet in place abyss after abyss.
I see her in my sleep, my red, terrible girl. She is crying through the glass that separates us. She is crying and she is furious. Her cries are like hooks that catch and grate like cats. It is by these hooks she climbs to my notice. She's crying at the dark or at the stars that at such a distance from us shine and whirl. I think her head is carved in wood, a red, hard wood, eyes shut and mouth wide open. And from the open mouth issue sharp cries, scratching at my sleep like arrows, scratching at my sleep and entering my side. My daughter has no teeth. Her mouth is wide. It utters such dark sounds, it cannot be good.
What is it that flings these innocent souls at us? Look, they are so exhausted. They are all flat out, in their canvas-sided cots, name tied to their wrist, the little silver trophies they came so far for. There are some with thick black hair, there are some bald. Their skin tints are pink or sallow, brown or red. They are beginning to remember their differences. I think they are made of water. They have no expressions. Their features are sleeping, like light on quiet water. They are the real monks and nuns in their identical garments. I see them showering like stars onto the world, on India, Africa, America, these miraculous ones, these pure, small images. They smell of milk. Their footsoles are untouched. They are walkers of air. Can nothingness be so prodigal? Here is my son, his wide eye in that general flat blue. He is turning to me like a little, blind, bright plant. One cry, it is the hook I hang on, and I am a river of milk. I am a warm hill.
I am not ugly. I am even beautiful. The mirror gives back a woman without deformity. The nurses give back my clothes and my identity. It is usual, they say, for such a thing to happen. It is usual in my life, in the lives of others. I am 1 in 5, something like that. I am not hopeless. I am beautiful as a statistic. Here's my lipstick. I draw on the old mouth, the red mouth I put by with my identity. A day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, it was Friday. I do not even need a holiday. I can go to work today. I can love my husband who understands, who will love me through the blur of my deformity, as if I lost an eye, a leg, a tongue. And so I stand, little sightless, so I walk away on heels instead of legs. They serve as well. And learn to speak with fingers, not a tongue. The body is resourceful. The body of a starfish can grow back its arms, and newts are prodigal in legs. And may I be as prodigal in what lacks me.
She is a small island, asleep and peaceful, and I am a white ship hooting, goodbye, goodbye. The day is blazing. It is very mournful. The flowers in this room are red and tropical. They have lived behind glass all their lives. They have been cared for tenderly. Now they face a winter of white sheets, white faces. There's very little to go in my suitcase. There are the clothes of a fat woman I do not know. There's my comb and brush. There's an emptiness. I'm so vulnerable suddenly. I'm a wound walking out of hospital. I'm a wound that they are letting go. I leave my health behind. I leave someone who would adhere to me. I undo her fingers like bandages. I go.
I am myself again. There are no loose ends. I am bled white as wax. I have no attachments. I am flat and virginal, which means nothing has happened. Nothing that cannot be erased, ripped up, and scraped, begun again. These little black twigs do not think to bud, nor do these dry gutters dream of rain. This woman who meets me in the windows, she is neat. So neat, she is transparent, like a spirit. How shyly she superimposes her neat self on the inferno of African oranges, the heel-hung pigs. She is deferring to reality. It is I. Tasting the bitterness between my teeth, the incalculable malice of every day.
How long can I be a wall, keeping the wind off? How long can I be, gentle in the sun with the shade of my hand, intercepting the blue bolts of a cold moon? The voices of loneliness, the voices of sorrow, lap on my back ineluctably. How shall it soften them, this little lullaby? How long can I be a wall around my green property? How long can my hands be a bandage to his hurt, and my words, bright birds in the sky, consoling. It is a terrible thing to be so open. It is as if my heart put on a face and walked into the world.
Today, the colleges are drunk with spring. My black gown is a little funeral. It shows I'm serious. The books I carry wedge into my side. I had an old wound once, but it is healing. I had a dream of an island red with cries. It was a dream. It did not mean a thing.
Dawn flowers in the gray elm outside the house. The swifts are back. They are shrieking like paper rockets. I hear the sound of the hours, widen and dying the hedgerows. I hear the moo of cows. The color replenish themselves, and the wet thatch smokes in the sun. The narcissus open white faces in the orchids. I am reassured. These are the clear, bright colors of the nursery, the talking ducks, the happy lambs. I am simple again. I believe in miracles. I do not believe in these terrible children who enter my sleep with their white eyes, their fingerless hands. They are not mine. They do not belong to me. I shall meditate upon normality. I shall meditate upon my little son. He does not walk. He does not speak a word. He is still swaddled in white bands. But he is pink and perfect. He smiles so frequently. I have prepared his room with big roses. I have painted little hearts on everything. I do not will him to be exceptional. It is the exception that interests the devil. It is the exception that climbs the sorrow hill, or sits in the desert and hurts his mother's heart. I will him to be common, to love me as I love him, and to marry what he wants, and there he will.
Hot noon in the meadows. The buttercups swelter and melt, and the lovers pass by. They are black and flat as shadows. It is so beautiful to have no attachments. I'm solitary as grass. What is it I miss? Shall I ever find it, whatever it is? The swans are gone. Still, the river remembers how white they were. It strives after them with its lights. It finds their shapes in a cloud. What is that bird that cries, with such sorrow in its voice? I am young as ever, it says. What is it I miss?
I am at home in the lamplight. These evenings are lengthening. I am mending a silk slip. My husband is reading. How beautifully the light includes these things. There's a kind of smoke in the spring air, a smoke that takes the parks, the little statues with pinkness, as if a tenderness awoke, a tenderness that did not tire, something healing. I wait and ache. I think I've been healing. There's been a great deal else to do. My hands can stitch lace neatly on the material. My husband can turn and turn pages of his book, and so we are at home together after hours. It is only time that weighs upon my hands. It is only time, and that is not material. The streets may turn to paper suddenly, but I recover from the long fall and find myself in bed, Safe on the mattress, hands braced as for a fall, I find myself again. I am no shadow, though there is a shadow starting from my feet. I am a wife. The city wakes and aches, the little grasses crack through stone, and they are green with life.